On to France now, where the presidential election will be held in the shadow of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. The war is already becoming an issue in the election campaign. Before France votes in the first round of the elections on Sunday, incumbent French President Emmanuel Macron has accused his far-right election rival Marine Le Pen of being too close to the Russian leader Vladimir Putin. Emmanuel Macron is fighting for a second term. He is facing a challenge from the far-right leader Marine Le Pen. The polls project Le Pen could be a serious challenger to the centrist Macron in the second round runoff on the 24th of April. Ahead of the polls, Macron has taken an aim at his rival Le Pen by accusing her of being sympathetic and too close to the Russian president. Macron was on a campaign visit to Brittany ahead of the first round of the election. He was there reported saying that instead of him, other candidates should be looked at for being complacent towards Vladimir Putin or Russian financing, quote unquote. In his latest comments, Macron denied having indulged with the Kremlin over the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Even as Macron did not directly name Le Pen, his comments were a clear reference to the far-right National Rally leader.
Donc c'est pas chez moi qu'il faut chercher de la complaisance avec M. Poutine, c'est pas chez moi qu'il faut chercher des financements du côté de la Russie. C'est chez d'autres candidats. Et il ne faut pas l'oublier non plus. Ensuite,
Le Pen was hosted by Vladimir Putin in 2017. Her party is continuing to pay back a loan of some 9 million euros from a Russian creditor. But after Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Le Pen has sought to distance herself from Putin. She said that he is not the same person she had met in 2017. She has also spoken of war crimes after the discovery of corpses outside Kiev. Macron, on the other hand, has kept up the dialogue with Putin. Even after the launch of the Russian invasion, he said that it was on the request of the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who believed such talks were still useful. Macron admitted to continue dialogue with Russia so long as France can play a role in making the negotiations progress. Macron also added that he never used the situation in Ukraine for political ends.
André a toujours ce rôle. Donc, aussi longtemps que le président ukrainien me demandera d'avoir un dialogue avec la Russie et que la France pourra avoir ce rôle qui consiste à faire avancer les négociations, à obtenir des choses sur le plan humanitaire et à préparer la paix, je le ferai.
The comments came after bitter criticism from the Polish Prime Minister. He denounced Macron's policy of keeping up the talks with Putin despite the mounting outrage over Russia's actions in Ukraine. Going across now to our correspondent Ross Cullen, who has been tracking those developments, is with us live in Paris. Ross, the incumbent French President Emmanuel Macron has accused his far-right election rival Marine Le Pen of being too close to the Russian President Vladimir Putin. How exactly is this affecting her popularity?
The impact of the war in Ukraine on the French election cannot be understated. You really need to pay attention to the fact that Emmanuel Macron has been trying to balance this position of being the incumbent president, being a challenger, a campaigner for the presidential election, having to run as a candidate, and also trying to play the diplomatic role. He has been regularly calling Volodymyr Zelensky, the Ukrainian president, regular calls also with Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, to try to continue this European path, to show the Kremlin that there is a route of dialogue possible to try to exit this conflict. In terms of the impact of the war in Ukraine on some of the challengers trying to unseat Emmanuel Macron, well, we do know that Marine Le Pen had to throw away 1 million campaign leaflets she had printed because of a colour photo she had included of her shaking hands with Vladimir Putin. Jean-Luc Mélenchon, on the far left, he has been criticised for past positions where he has praised Vladimir Putin for some of his policies. And also Eric Zemmour, on the far right, he has previously said he dreamed of a French Putin to come and save France. So there has been an impact on some of the challengers to Emmanuel Macron for their past pro-Putin sympathies. But that has not actually dented Marine Le Pen's popularity so much because she has made sure that her campaign, even since last year, has focused on the economy, trying to shore up her popularity in the economic factors, focusing on purchasing power, focusing on the energy crisis that many French families are suffering at the moment. And so despite her pro-Putin sympathies in the past, she has actually been able to maintain her standing at the moment, which is the most likely challenger to Emmanuel Macron.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.